the other portion of what I was just talking about. As your eyes are closed, just keep them closed and notice that your perception does not stop. Your visual perception doesn't go away. It's just you're now looking inward. You can now sort of quote unquote see into your own mind. You can see into your own body a little bit more. And you can group what you're seeing or sensing into pain, pleasure, and numbness. So often, a lot of what's going on in our body that we're not feeling pain in or pleasure in, we're feeling a sort of nothing. We're feeling sort of a hazy, blurry, I can't quite sense what's going on in the neck or in my other shoulder or in my chest or in my hips or in my left foot or something like that. So just as we're breathing here, practice this ability to send sort of curiosity and interest and awareness out into the areas of your body. Feel out towards your fingertips, your toe tips. Can you feel your entire 24 vertebra of your spine? You have 7 cervical vertebra in the neck. You have 12 from the base of your neck down till about the middle of your back, called the thoracic spine. You have 5 larger vertebra in your lumbar area, your lower back, and then you have the sacrum tailbone, which is the very bottom of the spine that then fuses to the pelvic bones. And there's this sort of joint there. We don't want it to be a very movable joint, but it's a joint. You have your thigh bones plugging into your hip sockets. You've got the knee joints where your lower and upper legs meet. You have knee caps. You have all the way down to your ankles there and your feet with 10 toes out there. Maybe even give your toes a little bit of a little wiggle. Can you move your pinky toe, ring toe, middle toe? And so just reaching out from our brain, from our mind, into our body. We're reaching and connecting. And so this is a meditation. This is a way, it's a practical meditation too. It's why I love it. It's very practical to say, okay, I'm going to take a moment to open up space by reaching the crown up, and then sending interest and awareness and connection out from the brain through the nervous system to every receptor site in the body, and network connecting brain and body. Let's just do that for one more minute as you attend to your breathing for a little bit longer. Inhaling through the nose, a light hold of the breath. Exhaling out the nose or the mouth. Holding the breath empty. Also take notice on stillness and silence and its nourishing quality. It's a sort of food. It's like a charge to your battery to be consciously still, consciously silent. It's like we're plugging into a universal source of nourishment or energy, of which that energy is inexhaustible. And so by quieting, relaxing, being still, breathing, we're opening up this conduit for life force. Now gently open the eyes, but don't lose that connection. Hands rubbing. Left hand to the outside of the right hand, fingertips to wrist, wrist to elbow. So this is the outer forearm. elbow to shoulder, shoulder, upper shoulder, and back, and then smoothly back out. Now, underside, fingertips to wrist, wrist to elbow. Reach the arm up if you can. If not, just keep it down. Elbow to armpit, the armpit itself, and then down the side of the torso. And then all the way smoothly back out. Switch sides. Fingertips to wrist, wrist to elbow, elbow to shoulder, shoulder and upper shoulder and even onto the back, and then smooth it out. Underside, fingertips to wrist, wrist to elbow, reaching up if you can, elbow to armpit, armpit, and side body. And then back out. Take these warm hands, place them on your neck. Come up the back of the neck, up the back of the neck. So you're going up, 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 up on the back of your neck. And then hold one hand against the base of the skull and rub the side of the neck, the base of the neck, back of the neck, and switch. Side of the neck, base of the neck, back of the neck, and done. Now, tiger claw on your scalp. This is one of my favorites, all the way back. So just do this a few times. Just notice how relieving that can be. To just spend some time taking your healing hands. They call this the dragon searches through the weeds. All the way back. One more. Now with that same kind of idea of a little bit of pressure and through, do that from the forehead around the side. So you take your hands and open that space. Center of the forehead and then open that space. One more. Open. Now, same idea from bridge of nose up and over top. Bridge of nose, cheekbones up and over top. Bridge of nose, cheekbones up to the temples and over top. One more. Okay, now the ear, watch what I do. Cup it, squish it, and then come underneath. Now, if you have hearing aids, you can't really do this one in particular, but squish and come under. So notice how there's a sort of circle that I'm making. Now do that with both. Then we take index finger behind the ear, middle finger in front, up and down. Then like little scissors cutting. Massage the ear. Now your jaw, tiger claw, jaw, all the way down the throat to the collarbones or clavicle, all the way down. Do that again. Jaw, those muscles right there. Jaw. Say the word jaw and drop the jaw. Jaw. One more time. Jaw. It's also good for the lymphatic system, draining the lymph. All right. Now, lung point 1 and 2, take your left hand, slide it along the collarbone, and then drop just below it. There's this little soft nook there. Rub that nook. Now, take your arm and sort of scarecrow it out to the side here, and you notice you get a little more space. Lung point 1 and 2. Then, outer rib cage, drop down just to the lower outer front ribs, and little tiger claw raking movement here on heart point 1 and 2. Then you come under your chest tissue, up the middle, onto the shoulder, and then like a squeezing, squeeze, 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 squeeze. This is a lymph drain all the way to the fingertips. Drain, 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 drain. And we go to the other side. Lung point 1 and 2. Scarecrow this arm. Find that little soft nook there. heart point with the raking gesture, and then come under the chest, up the middle, onto the shoulder, and then it's squeeze, 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 lymph drain to the fingertips. Rub the hands. Palm on chest, other palm on chest, up and down, the breastbone. Trace your sternum, or your manubrium as it's known. Goes up to the collarbone and down to this little needle point down here. Trace it and see it in your mind's eye. You're actually feeding awareness through the sensory nerves to your brain. So your brain is going, oh, okay, I can see that clearer. Then come up to the collarbones, go out, down the side ribs, into that needle point, and then up, out, down, in. It's called rotate sun and moon, heart and lung circulation. Switch directions, out, up, in, down. Again, we're just feeding nourishment into the brain by giving sensation. Now, liver and spleen are lower front rib cage. You can feel your ribs, and upper abdominal area. So in and out, liver and spleen. Then the center here, make a little interlaced finger position, thumbs like so, and come up and down right on that sternum, heart point, center. Then just below the needle point, stomach, solar plexus, circles, a few in each direction. Switch hands, other direction on the stomach. Then we have the pubic region, groin region, known as the inguinal region. So go ahead and get pubic bone area, groin area. And then we come around to the opposite side, the sacrum, the tailbone. Rub that sacrum and tailbone, and then fists, and come up the back. Up the back, all those muscles on either side there. And then palms, sides of the legs, fronts and tops of the legs, inner legs. Then the knees, inner knees, front knees, outer knees, behind the knee joint there, behind that little nook. Then we got to get our lower legs, fold at the hips, softly round your back, and slide the hands down and rub the calf muscles, back side, outer side, front side of the shin. Rub the ankles. And then let's go like so. Come around the feet to the inner. So now in a smooth gesture, you go up past the groin to the belly button, around like it's a belt to the back. Rub up and down, that's called the Mingmen, the spine that is right behind the belly button. Mingmen, door of life, open it, and then open palms, slide down the outer side of the leg, around to the inner, come up the inner, back to the belly button. So let's get that flow. Around, Mingmen, slide, around, and up to the belly button. Two more. Around, Mingmen, slide, around and up the inside, belly button. One more. Around and up. Now, up the outer, turn the palm up, down the inner. Turn the palm down. Do it again. Up, down, up, down. We go up, down, up, down. So that's finishing. Up the outer, down the inner. Up the outer, down the inner. Up, down. And finished. Sink chi to the belly. Hands like magnets, just guiding, 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 guiding. Hands hover 2.5 inches in front of the belly button, and the mind settles 2.5 inches behind, and we're aware of this important center. This is our energetic center, the navel and deep to the navel. All right. Now, From here, hands onto your legs. Slide those hands forward and round your back, drop your head. Slide your hands back, lift your chest, look up to the sky, create as much of a back bendy feeling, an arch as you can. 2 more. Forward, rounding. 24 vertebrae, remember I described them. 5 in the low back, 12 in the rib cage section, thoracic, 7 in the neck, and then the skull. And then again, rounding, you got the pelvis, 24 vertebrae, and the skull. Final time, arch. And settle to the middle. Left hand to right knee, right hand to right buttock. We're just going to do 2 twists each way. Shoulders turn, head turn, look over the shoulder. And then turn back to the middle. Hand switch, turn. And back. Just a soft sort of wringing out. Rotate. And middle. Rotate. And middle. Hang your arms down alongside you. Here we lean softly to the right. Left elbow floats up. Possibly left arm reaching. And then softly return. Then leaning. Right elbow floats as left arm reaches down more. Possibly full reach. It's called lateral or side flexion and extension. Let's do that once more each way. Lean. And back. Lean. And back. And center. Right shoulder blade up. Right shoulder blade down. The arm, now left side. The arm comes along for the ride as the shoulder blade rises and then melts. Right shoulder blade rise and soften down. So notice what's moving. I'm not lifting my arm like this, like I'm seeing a couple of you do. It's just the shoulder blade, right? Shoulder blade, which is back here. And the arm comes along for the ride and then back down. Now both at the same time. Shoulder blades and down. Shoulder blades and down. Legs close together. Right shoulder first. Shoulder blade goes forward and up, back and down. A few of those circles. Notice the arm is moving, but not because I'm moving it. I am moving my shoulder blade. The arm is like a tail, just following along. Switch directions, go back, up, and over. Switch arms. Forward and up, back and down. Remember, I'm going at this speed. You could be going much slower, but you're doing the same thing. So number of repetitions don't matter, but the movement does, the path does. And switch directions so it's back and up, forward and down. Then we do them both at the same time, but we add leaning and rounding softly. Shoulder blades come forward. Now as the shoulder blades come up, let your elbows float up. Shoulder blades go back, elbows go back. The arms roll open and then settle back to neutral. Circles. Circles. Switch directions. We go back, up and over. Back, up and over. back, up and over, back, up and over, and finish. Step your legs wider than hip distance now, so you have a nice solid base. Left hand on right knee, lean so that that right arm is hanging out of the socket. Circles, start small, larger, larger still, possibly real large. Possibly even sitting up straight so that the arm comes up and circles. Now, if I turn sideways, you'll see the arm goes quite a bit in front, but only a tiny bit behind. So I'm not cranking the arm back. That's not good for the shoulder. Here, forward, out. But yet you're still getting a circle. Circle. And then just let it relax. Let's do that in the other direction. Lean over. Now circle the other way. Inward circle. And then possibly sitting up. Same idea. It doesn't go too far behind, but comes quite a bit in front. Doesn't go too far behind, but quite a bit in front. A couple more. Circles. So healing to learn to move in circles again. Switch sides. Lean, small to large. First, we have to learn circles, then we can learn spirals. But these simple circles are first. And once we retrain all the various circles of the body, then the spirals become available to us. Let the arm hang, go in the other direction. Inward. Larger and larger, eventually maybe sitting up circles. And let the arm hang. Now bring your legs closer together, lean slightly forward, both arms, circles. Circles, larger, possibly sitting up, circles. Remember, not too far behind you, a good amount in front, but not too far behind. You're not cranking your joint, you're just cleaning the space. And then release, lean slightly forward, inward circles, or forward circles, you might say. Larger, larger, and then sitting up. Soft, soft, and release. Good. All right. Elbows, fold, touch the shoulder, softly down. Two more, we're just getting this feeling like, oh, the fold of the elbow does not take a whole bunch of strain. In fact, it's just an open path, easy to move through. But you just want to be clear on that's elbow flexion, elbow extension. One more. Now, keep the elbows here, elbows out, chicken wing. Elbows down and bring them close in front. Can they touch? Notice that squeeze. Can you even squeeze those elbows together? And then soften. Elbows out and flare up as high as they can go. Chicken wing. And in. Squeeze. Elbows flare up and out. Chicken wing. And squeeze. One more. Chicken wing. And squeeze. Then elbows back and slightly up. Then elbows come down and then we go forward with the elbows. The hands need to go on either side of the shoulder. Can you go up higher? Possibly higher, possibly higher. You'll notice I'm able to get vertical more or less. You don't want to try and get higher by letting your elbows go out. So do what you can to keep them wrapped around the side of the head as you reach them up. And then soften down and back. Down, forward, up with the elbow tips. Down, back. Two more. down. We're just thinking from the elbow tip. One more. And we're down. And release. Good. Fold at the elbows just to about a 90 degree. Palms face down, palms face up. Now this is our starter kit version that we've done for a while. And now we've already started moving into the next version of this, which is keep your palms up for a moment. Take your hands away from each other. Notice that you can do that. Keep the elbow bent. That's external rotation of the shoulder. Bring the hands closer in towards each other. Notice that's internal rotation of the shoulder. Open them up again. So now from this externally rotated position, we bring the hands up. Then we turn the forearm so the palms face down and the hands come down in between. Then bring them up, roll open. So that's both pronation of the forearms and external rotation of the shoulder, and then in. So again, we're getting these circles. Feel that circle, that rotation. Try to bring a little bit of this sort of graceful quality to the movement so that the fingers are following behind. There's softness in how you're executing it. So it starts to have this hydraulic quality, which is water. You're actually leveraging the fact that you're made up mostly of water, and the integrity of our system is built as a hydraulic system. That's why dancers can look so incredibly graceful. It's why martial artists can look so smooth. Why Steph Curry can hit three-pointers like crazy is they leverage this smoothness in movement. Now, once more open, we take that one step further, doing one at a time, not only to the middle, but reaching all the way across and hover the palm over the other palm, and then reverse. Take that whole trajectory back and set it up, and then this one comes up, over, hover, up, over, back. Couple more. Open, and then we close. Then we're opening, and then we're closing. The shoulder is closing, the chest is sort of closing. One more of each. And then we're back to middle. Hands come up over top. Settle. Shoulders relax, elbows relax. Now float the hands once more. Turn your palms up. The isolated starter kit version, of course, is fold at the wrist, circle through. Through. Some of you will just work on this. If this is tricky, just stick with this. The next version, however, is as you fold wrists, notice your elbows are bent. Then as you come through this side and you extend, straighten your elbows completely. Spin the arms and palms. Fold at the wrist, but also fold at the elbow. So there's this sort of gathering, circling in, and then dive the hands through and reach them out. Spin, palms are up, fold, fold, dive through, and then this extending out and in. So this has some of those beneficial effects of swimming, right? Because we're getting this full movement. We're also adding spirals. So notice there's a spiral that happens here when we go out. There's a spiral and then a spiral, and then we're folding in, spiraling, spiraling. One more. And hold, spin palms out, wrists come in. Now again, the starter kit is this, just the wrists. Next level is in, folded, out, straightened. Spin, in, out, in, out, in. So just remember the spiral at the end, spiral, and then in, out, spiral. Two more. One more. And release. Hands come up in front of the face. Turn the palms up, elbows flare out. Lift chest, lift chin, look up, pull elbows slightly behind. Then hands come up, tiger claw into a soft Tai Chi fist, wrap, round, squeeze, bow. And then do it again. Open, lift, and close. Squeeze. One more. Open. And close. And we open just part way. Circle down. Scoot to the back of your chair. Let's get our legs. Tai Chi fists like a boxer. Chamber. Pull one knee up. Pull that heel in. Chamber. And set down. Other leg. Chamber. Set down. Chamber. Set down, shift, chamber, set down. Now, chamber, push, chamber, push, chamber, down. Push, chamber, down. One more of each. Now, chamber, push, hold. Point, flex, 4 times. Invert 4 times. That's a little in, little out, little in. Circle, inward circle 4. Outward circle 4. Set that foot down, switch, chamber, push and hold, point, flex 4. Invert 4, little in, out. Just the foot moving at the end point of the leg. Inward circles 4. Outward circles 4. And set that foot down. Scoot to the front edge of your chair, all the way there. So that only your buttock bone is on the chair now. Bring your legs pretty close together. Lift right ball of foot and swivel. Turn the knee out, lift the heel, swivel. Turn the knee in. Lift the toe, swivel, knee out. Lift heel, swivel, knee in. Final one, open to your maximum. Feel that stretch, and then let's walk it back in. Internal, heel lift, external. Internal, external, neutral. Again, walk it out. So these are swivel steps. Feeling it from the hip joint. Focus your mind on how do I command this movement from the hip and bring the foot along for it so that you're helping to get, one more time all the way out, you're helping to get this awareness of the through line from hip to toes. Now stay here and massage that inner left thigh out to the knee and walk it in. Other leg, 3 times, out and in. External, internal. External, internal, external, hold. And then internal, external, internal, and back. 2 more. Hold. This time out to hold and massage the inner thigh. Hold. Groin out to the knee and walk it in. All right. From here, hinging at hips, sliding your hands down and rounding. Then staying rounded as you sit all the way back up. Lift the chest and chin, and let's do that again. Fold and releasing, rounding, softening. Then stay rounded as you come up, shaking loose this heavenly pillar. 24 vertebrae of the spine. Fold and down. Hold, unfolding, up. Last one. Fold. And up. Step your feet wider, big wide stance. Hands, fingers on the inside. This is internally rotated arms. Fold now. What this allows us is to really get our hips down deeper between our legs and to even drop our chest and head somewhat below the elbows. And then sit upright. Do that again. Fold. And sit upright. 2 more, just like that. So hips, hinge. And last one. And upright. Now, bring your legs back to hip distance. Bring your feet a little bit behind your knees. Fold at the hips, head going beyond your toes, and get your body weight out of your butt and into your legs, and then push through the earth and stand up nice and tall. Reverse that. Your body weight stays going through your legs, but you get your butt behind and head and shoulders forward. Then you sink your butt. That's what bends your knees. And then you land and you come back to this vertical position. 2 more. Folding. Body weight comes out of the butt into the legs and then push. And fold. And sink. And back. 1 more. All the way up. And now we're standing. Now, once we're standing, we're going to do this shoulder exercise. I think this will be new for some of you. We've done it before. Make a soft fist, bend at the elbow. Here's the elbow. So I'm going to be close so you can just see what I'm doing here. Elbow comes across the body. So notice how the hand gets here. Elbow lifts. It goes straight out to the side and then drops down. Across, up, out, down. Across as far as you can, up a little bit, and then out and down. Across, up, out, down. Now the exact opposite of that is trickier. Elbow goes back. Elbow goes out and up and over and forward and then down. As the elbow goes down, the fist stays up. We do it again. Back, out, up, over, down. Back, out, up, over, and down. Noticing the fist just stays soft and it kind of tucks in and under as you roll, and the wrist then rolls out. 1 more. So we're getting spirals. We're getting cool little circles. 1 more. And release. Good. And let it hang. Other side. Fist, elbow across, up, out. So when I go out, notice my hand isn't going out there, Bruce. Keep the elbow bent. Fist is close to the body the whole time, but the elbow is out. And then drop the elbow. Come across, up, out, down, across, up, out, down. 1 more. Other direction, it's back, out, up, over. Let the fist sort of tuck in and under. And then as the elbow comes down, the fist rolls out and we go again. So that all the joints are getting an interesting little cycle, little spiral. Now you notice I'm doing large range. Some of you might just be doing just this little one here or even smaller, but yet you're still getting all the same directionality, right? So range is more personal, but like how much range you're exploring, but the direction and the movement, that's what's universal to all of us here. and let it relax and hang. And now we double that. Fists, cross, one in front of the other, up and out, down. Cross the other in front. As much cross as you can get, up, out, down and through. Cross, up, opening that space in the chest and shoulders. So there's a closing of the chest and then an opening of the chest. So there's this pump, this sort of internal pump that we're creating with these circles and spirals. Other direction, elbows go back, out, up, over, tuck those fists underneath, and then roll. Back, out, up, and over. Back, out, up, and over. Back, out, up, and over. Back. One more. And release. Now in your stance, safely get a little wider than you normally do. So shift to one leg, sort of swivel step a foot out a little wider, and then shift back to middle and turn both your toes out a little bit. So you have this particular kind of stance. Now take your hands on your belly button and stack them. Notice you can turn your belly button to point a little more to the right. And what will try to happen is this knee, the left knee, will sort of try and fall in. So do your best to actually disallow that. Open the left knee away to the left as you turn your belly button to the right. And what you should be able to feel is this sort of groin, they call this the quad, opening. And then back to center, and then try to turn the belly button to the left, but disallow that right knee from collapsing in. Open it, and the opening gesture is actually in the thigh opening out, right? So now, again, back to middle, turn the belly button, keep that quad open. Turn to middle and turn to the left, keep that quad open. So notice, what I often notice is when I say turn, I'm turning a few degrees and other people are like turning a lot. When I say turn, literally look at how little I'm turning. That's not a lot, but it's a lot in here if I do it correctly. Turn, but keep the quad open. Turn, keep that groin space open. Now with that same turn, make two soft fists. Turn to your right, left hand extends for a punch. Forward. Bring that fist back, turn to the left, right hand extends forward and at a diagonal. Turn and turn. So what we're really going for here is groin, belly, this whole area freeing itself up to move and letting that extend through. So this alternating punch. And then come back to middle, hang your fists softly in front. Notice when you turn left, like pendulums, the fists can swing. Middle, right, swing. Swing, right? Now here, turn to your right, fists circle up. Then they come up over the top of the circle as you turn the belly. Fists go over there and down. Swing them through by turning up, over top, turning, and down. Swing these heavy pendulums through, that brings them up, turning, down. So really focus on navel, groin, lumbar, spine. Turn, let the fists go up. Turn, fists come over top, let the fists go down. One more. Now, switch directions. Turn, swing up, over, softly down. Turn up, turn down. Turn under, they float up, turn, they float over top and softly come down. 2 more. Feeling that quad or groin, and then the belly / Mingmen as the main fulcrum point. Last one. And straighten the legs a bit and make your way back to shoulder distance. Relax. Sink chi to the belly, hands up and over. Settle, settle, settle. Hands in front of navel. And cross the hands, release them down. Now, rising hands. Painting the wall in front with the back of your hands. Painting with the fingertips on the way down. 2 more. Rising. Sinking. Knees softly bend as you sink. Knees softly straighten as you rise. Sink. Crane flaps wings. Hands scoop in front. Open. What you want to feel here, hanging relaxed arms, chi balloon almost in this chest area that's inflating and then deflating. So noticing that the arms can go through this whole range of movement with 0 tension if you do it by the correct mechanism of space. Space. 1 more. Now, the hands scoop. Back of hands face each other. As the hands come up, the elbows come towards each other. And then reach up like you're swimming up to the heavens and sweep the arms out and wings down. Scoop, back of hands touching. Keep going, elbows almost touching, if not touching. And then swim and sweep. So feel those spirals. 1 more. There's a spiraling opportunity here. Spiraling. And down. Crane wing. Palms turn to face up, fold at the elbows. That's called roll and fold, and then sink. 2 more. Wings. Roll, fold. Down. Notice you can execute this with nothing extra needed. It's just up, get out of the way. And down. Embracing moon. Wings. Right hand, roll, fold, left hand, scoop. Embrace moon. Reverse. Wings. And then left hand over top, right hand, scoop under. Make a ball. Reverse. Hold. Reverse. And hold the moon. And 1 more reverse. Softly down. Let these arms hang, be loose and easy. Shift your weight more to your right leg. Left leg becomes emptier. Shift back to the middle, and then arrange yourself so that your left leg is the support beam, right leg emptier. Again, differentiate full and empty. Again, now as you're over to your left leg, turn your belly button just a little left. Hands will naturally float that way. Then stay turned left as you shift across to the right. Turn the belly button, the hands will naturally sweep across. Shift and turn and sweep. The bear washing paws in the stream. Now I'll come close so you can see the hand positions. Left hand, if we're going this way, this hand, palm is facing that way. Sort of a, it's called brush knee. That hand sweeps across, and then they change position, so that swirls around, another little spiral shift. So the 3 bear moves that we're learning: the bear washing paws in the stream, bear washing paws. Now, everyone be in the right leg, right hand turns palm forward. Now, let it sweep out, but not up. Keep it down in the water but it sweeps out and around and then comes in close to the body. The left hand now sweeps out in front, right? If I turn sideways, you see it's still low, but it's taking a big circle, and then it's coming across close to the body. That one comes around, and then it's close to the body. So the bear swirls the stream. Swirls the stream. Then, naturally, as the buoyancy improves in the body, the arm will float up a bit higher. The bear strikes across at around chest height, but then comes down close to the body. Bear strikes. So these are sort of simple circles, simple with a little bit of spiral action in them. But we're working on left and right shifting, turning from our belly button, and getting out of the way so that we're executing hydraulic moves instead of tense moves. Now this naturally becomes brush, knee, and push here. On this next one, left arm floats up, roll, fold. Now we're ready for brush, knee, and push. Right arm, wing, roll, fold as the left hand drops into the water. Brush and push. Brush and push. Brush and push. Brush and push. Let's go back to bear, washing, pause. Let's do that continuum again. And notice how it naturally sort of becomes the next exercise. So you have the bear, washing, pause, which is very close to the body. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see, just very close. And then very naturally, the hands start to swirl out and make larger circles. Circles. And then very naturally, the hands start to get a little buoyant, so the bear strikes. Can you execute this with nothing extra? Just this hydraulic soft body. And then it naturally becomes brush, knee, and push with that little fold and push. Roll, fold. So the bear strikes are simple because they're just really shoulder circles. The brush, knee, and push becomes more complex because we're letting that roll and fold happen, and then the extension, so we're letting the complex joint do a little bit more. Now, the next time you're in your right leg, stay. Right hand lower, left hand float up to point to the ceiling. Right foot is empty, step it a little behind with the toes turned out. Sit through that back leg. Remember, the key to this is do not do this, do this. Sit in it with the tail. Don't do this, that, just right through it. As you find that, empty your left foot and step it out so the toe touches right in front. If you can, lift lower without spilling a teacup on your head. Some of you will lift and hold it up. Others will even go for the full lift. When it's fully lifted, you can allow just this little dangling quality. Dangling foot, dangling knee, soft, empty, light. Okay? Now keep that lightness, set that foot down, toes turned out. Change your weight. Left hand goes down, right fingers point up, step right toes out in front, just a light touch. Maybe lift and lower. All you're working on here is, does that teacup spill or do I keep it steady? And then maybe lift and hold, or possibly full lift. Light knee, light soft foot, empty, full. Set the empty foot down while it remains empty. The whole foot's on the ground, but there's no weight. Change. Now there's weight going through that leg. This one empty, touch or lift a little or a lot. Set it down empty, change. A couple more changes. So remember, you can go the full change, or if you're just working on balance, you go, just touch the toe, bring the foot back, change, empty, touch, back. One more set each side. Now, both hands down, wash paws. Now shift right, turn right, let the left hand sweep the lake and turn to vapor and rise up to be a cloud. Shift to the left, turn the belly button, let the hands float across. Now right hand vapor up, left hand rain down, shift, turn. Cloud and lake, vapor and rain, shift, turn. Arrange yourself so the left leg is your full leg, right leg is your empty leg, vapor and rain. And then change. Now the right leg is full, I turn, and the hands go through. Hands change. Now let's add one more challenge. Shift, turn. Now as you vapor and rain, step right foot in and back out. Then shift, change. So the flow would be vapor and rain as the foot comes in and out, and then shift, turn. Eventually this becomes us walking in and out with the foot as the hands change, shift and turn. And what that does is like a test. Am I truly empty in this left foot? In, out. Then change. Did I actually change? In, out. One more each. Middle, cross, down. Now, shift your weight to your right leg. Turn your left foot out 5, 10, maybe 15 degrees. Shift onto that left leg. Right foot just takes a small step forward. Notice when I stepped forward, this space was retained. I didn't close that space. So wide base. Right toes point straight ahead. Now, your weight's in your back leg, hands on your belly button. Shift forward, shift back. 100, 0, ideally, and then 70. So you don't go to 100 here, you go to 70. And then 100, 70. Can you shift as if the shift is happening underground? Rather than up and over, can it happen underground? Hands come up in front of chest, palms face forward, shift and soft push, turn the hands. Shift back and receive. Shift and push, think water. Shift and receive. Shift and push. Shift and receive. Shift and push. Shift and receive. Now stay back. Bring your right foot back, toes turned out. Change. Drop the hands, place them on your belly. Left foot steps forward. Remember, don't let that happen. Keep some width, left to right. Shift 70. Shift 100. Remember noticing with the hands on the belly, what that helps us do is feel, oh, this is my center. Not up here, this. So if I shift my center, then I shift my center, my intact vertical axis is just going along for the ride. Then when we add the arms, they can just be hydraulic octopus arms, extensions from that center, rather than a whole bunch of tension in the shoulders. Push, pull, push, pull. 3 more. Pull. Washing the system. The palms face forward. The palms turn around. The palms face the body, pulling in. The palms turn around. Push forward. They turn around. Turn your hands around. And then draw back in. There you go. One more. Push. And return. Step that front foot back. Drop both hands. Now we finish with Sinking chi to wash the organs. Turn your palms forward. The palms rise. Shift your body weight just a little into your toes. Notice how if you're made of liquid, which you are, that will flow out to the fingertips. Then rock your body weight a little bit towards the heels. That will bring in and wash in and down to the belly. Now, the little trickiness here, let the tail sneak out the back, sort of like a squat, and just sink. Let the arms hang, open up all the vertebrae along the back. Then, keeping a soft, relaxed body, just push through the earth, rise to standing. Do it again. Palms face forward-ish, rock into your heels a little, start the circle, and then rock into the toes. Feel that surge, a round gesture. Rock back as a drinking in or bringing into the mouth, down to the navel. Fingers point down, tail sneaks out the back, and we just sink and open the back of the body and hang. And then push through the earth, rising, rising, rising. Palms face forwardish as you rock to the heels. Rock towards the toes to send that liquid body. Rock back as a drinking in, bringing in, inviting in and down to the important belly. And then fingers point down, tail sneaks out the back, sinking, opening. One more. It's like riding a wave. And then finally, wings, roll fold, magnetic hands guiding the life force back to its original starting place in the belly. Hands hovering just in front of the belly. And then we seal the practice. One hand, other hand. 5 breaths. Stillness, softness. If balance permits, close the eyes. Notice if you're clinging, grabbing, holding, can you allow the integrity of the structure to just hold you up? Nothing extra. Nasal breathing. Last 2 breaths. And gently opening the eyes if they're closed. Let your arms hang down by your side. And find your comfortable seat. I know some of you will have to wander off because I always end up going longer and longer. I just can't seem to help it. Thank you all for being here. If you need to wander, you can just wave and say bye-bye. And I'll see you.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
Great, great.
Yeah. Can you send me that Monday thing again? I don't have it.
Okay, I will, but put it aside somewhere, like put it off in a different folder. Okay?
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
For me, this one was about, can you hear me?
Yes.